Welcome back. All of the info is at the end of the video and some tips and secrets. Welcome back, Divine Feminines. We're here to do your intuitive read for this week of March. Yes, we have weekly updates. And we are going to be channeling the energy, and there will be an extension. Now, the energy of where we are right now in an ascension path, which I do directly cover on the website if you want week by week updates. What I'm energetically seeing at the moment, just on a 101, is we are in recovery. We can be in recovery. We can be a little bit irritable. We also may need a bit more sustenance right now. So it can be a point that we're integrating. We're really coming back to that whole space. Makes sense. We had the Leo moon. So, we had the full moon in Leo. We moved over into the new moon in Pisces. Both the moons this month are in feminine energies. So it can be at the moment that we are in a lot of masculinity, needing to get a lot done, needing to tap into things. Try as much as you can to listen to your body. Try again with your guides at the moment to avoid psychic attacks. There can be this need at the moment to really shift the focus back onto yourself. And it's only at a very temporary level because the divine masculine is within the 12th house. I'm seeing through your cards. It's such a beautiful read, guys. Whatever we've gone through may not have felt so beautiful, especially because we had Mercury retrograde, we had Venus retrograde. We moved into this this month and really did need about a week to really come to terms with everything. It was quite heavy transits, especially because we have the North Node in Taurus. It's our nervous system. It's feeling quite, it could be we're feeling out of shape. We're feeling out of sort. We don't feel we're nurturing that inner feminine, so to speak, because you're having to do so many things in a very Venus sense. And it's interesting the fact that Venus was really coming through, that self-care, self-love, coming into that nurtured space. Some of you, your cycles may have been extremely heavy. A couple of clients I had today, we did go into that conversation piece because we did have Venus retrograde in Capricorn. So if you're feeling really run down, gauge your body this month, especially in Ascension. With your Ascension, if your body is calling to eat heavier food, listen to it, but try to avoid the candy. Try to avoid the things that aren't necessary. Feed the energy of what you need. And so, my guidance would really be, if you are going to more the carnivore side of things, do it early on in the piece, but really try and keep that fluid up this month, especially through the crowning energy, which I'm going to get into your read in a minute. That's going to keep you grounded. That's going to help with your psychic energy. At the moment, I would really say, due to the fact that divine masculine is in the 12th house, if they're associating with any energies at the moment and they're purging that out, which their reading's up next, and I'm already looking at their cards, it's coming through in their read. By tuning into that individual at the moment is not getting your direct footings there, and I feel it's very important to do such. I do feel the portal of what you come through, you're having this rebirth. I do feel with the crown energy, Hand of Fatima. Now, it's where, to a degree, as above, as below, both the cards are really showing that you spiritually had gone through the descension, okay? You've gone through going down into this rebirth, and getting into light body, we can feel really run down. You now are connected in, but you have to be how connected in. You've got to be careful about how connected in you are. If your aura, if you are run down, if your aura is down, is generally the cautious time not to tune into things. So I do feel this situation is helping you expand your mind. You are aware that there is, a new activation. We are having a new portal here. It feels brand new in nature. All the planets are direct. And some of us can be feeling the energy of the eclipse that is coming. What I am seeing is this rebirth. It's almost like you could be picking up on some of the psychic energy from your twin. And that is why I really recommend that if that's coming through, really channeling and making sure that your third eye and your crown chakra isn't tuning into energies of the 12th house, okay? I will be doing some webinars that's really going to coach you guys on how to control that. And it's something that you guys are going to have to become quite experienced at this year, because we do have Jupiter transiting the 12th house. If you can focus on your practice and your spiritual practice, your aura, you won't get heavy ascension as much. It'll start becoming more manageable. But psychically speaking, divine masculine can be purging out a cycle. Some of us in the first 3 weeks can tap into a little bit of toxicity, but it's temporary to see the situation so that we resolve these patterns. I am seeing there is rebirth here. Now, in the past position, I'm seeing breaking down to a 5. It is making you feel as though your blessings of the past are going to come back, but it was trying to show you something. The whole Venus retrograde, the whole, who you are to the core, what you felt you needed to be inside of this connection, who you have been inside of connections point blank zero. Might have been with your friendship groups, your work colleagues. It may have also been with other energies, including romantic partners. There may have been, during that retrograde, especially at the end of it, quite a heavy purge. Now that we're moving through, it's these revelations of these patterns that we had that we're directly breaking, but we're also knowing we always get the yin to the yang in life. So if there has been tough times, what then is kind of added to that circumstance is benefiting things. But it's definitely this feeling that we're taking our own critical advice at the moment, but we're realizing that these lessons are actually going to serve us moving forward. I do feel it's almost suggesting that the spiritual wisdom you have is going to serve you. And I do feel there's this huge call at the moment, especially from a lot of the cards and my psychic downloads, is that divine feminine can feel that she's moving into mission. It doesn't have to be a she. It's the feminine energy collectively, but it's like what our purpose is, what our mission is in this rebirth, where this situation is going. The questions in the heart of this is to do with those commitments. So this can be the commitments with connections, the commitment to yourself, but after the Venus retrograde, how we directly feel about those things and what we're ready for now. I very, very strongly feel, both through divine feminine's energy within astrology and within the masculines, I'm seeing both parties at the moment doing a lot of acceptance and integration. I do feel the psychic energy is there. Some of you are going to be getting signs and synchronicities. I also feel it's actually giving you a confirmation to trust this process. You're moving into acceptance of what this is. Some of you still, yes, I won't lie, you can struggle, and it really does come down to, what that energy is that you're clearing. You're going to clear that energy regardless, and you are going to get into light body experience where you're going to flow more effectively. We do need to be careful by mid-month, but I'll be doing updates again before then. I feel whatever's really taking you into that darkness, whatever fears we've directly focused on and looked at, and also feel the purpose of who we are as divine feminines, what we're wanting to co-create, the rebirth cycle to effect. This, for many of us, can feel like a rebirth. It can be that we're taking a new role on in society, within our connections, with the way that we're looking at ourselves, the nurturing of our bodies, the looking after of these situations that we're having. We have Blood Angel. Okay, and with this, I do get, again, it's like going into the depths and the darkness and, really maybe, pouring out your soul, having a purgatory experience, but having this rebirth. And it's, as we always say, it's always darkest before the dawn. In the midst of the darkness, the moon appears with the brilliant seeping down of the clouds. Like a falcon that haunts the bird and steals it away, it captures me. It flew back to infinite space. That can really feel how we do, go through this connection. At times feel like, look, I'm not feeling any of the energy. Maybe I was delusional. It's sort of this rotational cycle, and we can see through the red. It can make us angry. It can make us passionate. It can make us full of that, passion, addictive tendencies to it. It's like, it's what burns our fire. But then it can be this feeling that it's burnt us as well. As I looked for myself, I could not find me, for my body had become all soul and tenderness of love. The nine spheres of the heavens dissolved in the moon at the ship of my existence. You know, 9 denotes spirituality. And again, at the moment, divine masculine is in the 9th house, which is to do, it's the 9th, but it's transiting the 12th house for them. So for them psychologically, it is very much looking at their conditioning and their belief systems. It can be to do with religion. It can be to do with marriage, connections, values. Doing shadow work in that area, you will pick up on it. So I do feel the 9 card in tarot is Hermit. So when we're going through a purgatory experience, we can at times feel that we're very isolated. We can feel as though we've been abandoned. There can be inner child abandonment wounds coming up. When that happens though, when we actually do face that shadow and have that rebirth, we're new, we're fresh, and we're moving into this truth of who we are, which is the brand new rebirth of who we are, so that we can get so much more. Many times when we're hurt, we can almost push back on the things that we want. So it's we want it, but again, the scorpionic energy, which the eclipses are in, it's almost that passion that drives you. It's that commitment level that you're wanting. But again, it's what hurts us. So our psychology then, from a humanistic experience, wants it and tries to grab for it, but also pushes back to prevent it from entering. We did have the full moon in Leo. We're still integrating after that Venus retrograde, and we're still doing that now, walking through into the month of March. I'm seeing you're going to have a revelation, and again, it is extremely important to tune into the correct things. So we have yet again 9, okay? Psychic energy, hermit mode. That of what we're looking at in the dark, that of what we're focusing on. With Jupiter and Pisces, we're being asked to expand beyond, to have belief in ourselves, to face our shadow of what wasn't, and accept what wasn't, but now too, with purpose and mission, to face what we can do within our power. 9th house, yet again, is spirituality. We did have last year, for 18 months, it was for 18 months, the South Node in Sagittarius, which was divine masculine's energy. This month now, moving forward, we'll have movement in that. So we're going to have the impossible made possible. This is almost destined in the stars. This is a change in the circumstance. It is shifting. It's shifting the third eye into a positive energy. And it's also, I almost feel your guides, there's going to be something that comes through that is going to give you particularly some information that maybe is very positive in nature. But I also feel that you're very much focused on the positive things. Some of you can be really looking at options. And I did say this. I said, you know, all of a sudden you may find people are quite interested in you. But I feel from a spiritual point of view, you know, you're going into your truth and you're saying, and it's funny because this is almost in the third eye. It was looking like an eagle coming through the clouds. Walking of truth is being authentic to yourself, even if it doesn't make sense to others. So if you sit back and you've gone through your shadow work and you've come back full 360, taking your own earnest advice, you sort of can be looking at it saying, look, you know, I've come this far. This is going to benefit me in the long run. All the things that did happen to me are going to take me somewhere spiritually. I have options here. There's so many 7s coming up. We've got 7s and 9s. You've gone through the changes. You're wanting to implement them now. I do feel there's offers though. But some of you are going to look at those offers and you may not be attracted to them. Choose what is correct for you. I do feel some of you are going to receive a dream. Yeah, there's a lot of offers. You guys are going to start getting offers. This can be in jobs. This can be in friendship groups. Again, I am seeing in love as well. There can be offers coming and suitors coming through, even though it is Venus direct. I'm kind of seeing this week acting a little bit like a Venus retrograde. I don't know why, but it is. Yeah, all these lonely hearts after Venus retrograde coming out, you know, and it does make sense. Everything was causing fatigue. Some of you are needing to do a clearing. It's funny because this did come up this morning, and which we will dig into it deeper inside the extension read. I do feel that divine masculine is watching you. I'm also feeling a third party energy is observing you. Some of you may have been tuning into an individual and having empathy accidentally. You've got to be careful this month tuning into dark energies, because what it's going to do is it's going to come through into your spiritual connection and test it, and it could be causing some toxic situations playing out. Block it out, change the channel, come through and get a coaching session if you need it. Yeah, because this is the karmic card in my deck, okay? It's coming through in the heart space. There can be jealousy associated. There can be insecurities. You may have had empathy for this person and they may have treated you in some shape or form in a darker way. But there is a bit of the evil eye on divine feminine at the moment. And so if you're having extremities in energy, you may need to clear the energy around you. Don't give your power away with these circumstances, because it will be where people are actually going to take advantage of you. Again, this can come down to tribe. It can come down to you having an ability to do things. I do feel it is also on the divine masculine side that this can be coming through. But you may have this coming through in a mirror sense. Okay, there is a change in circumstances coming, linking to you and the divine masculine. I feel that this can be the person coming in towards you at a very quick rate. This can be either a phone call, it can be accidentally bumping into them. You can feel it's actually moving quite quick. I do feel you guys are going to get gossip in some shape or form. But this gossip is going to give you a little bit of clarity that something is ending in their life. And with that ending, it is going to be a new chapter. Some of you are feeling this new chapter they're going into. It feels like it won't include you. There are stresses that they're directly dealing with if you've been concerned about them. Again, have trust in the process that they can tackle these circumstances. Because some of you are feeling they're going to get stuck in a loop. And this is the test this month, if that's going to be so. Yeah, I do feel it's going to be a test on their side relating to their commitment and connection to you. Currently, what they do have going on, which we will dig deeper into theirs shortly, come through and have a look at theirs. There's something really weighing over their head. Many of you are feeling they're going to stay and deal with that circumstance forever, but it is coming to a head. It's an unmanageable situation. You're looking at it differently, though. I feel if you hear this through the grapevine, you may look at this as a real terrible thing. This can be where, you know, tower moment and then suddenly they've got to start again. This person isn't looking at it this way. Yeah, this person is looking at it like, okay, you win some, lose some. This is freeing me. Because they were really basing some of these emotions on a falsity. You know, in your mind, you're thinking, gee, this is what needs to happen. Is this going to cause more conflict? But again, that's not what's coming through here. It's almost like if they haven't decided to shift something about, something is coming to a head. They're really casting a critical eye on situations at the moment. I feel overall with you, they feel you're a bit sparky. That would be a polite way of saying it. They feel you're being very direct in your approach. It's really funny. I feel that they have this huge confidence coming over them. I don't think it's coming through right away, though. I feel this is a channeled message really relating to this month and next month. It's like this transformation of viewpoint, you know, of maybe where they had themselves down here, they're placing themselves up here. They do have a lot of confidence in you, which can come through a little bit cocky. It's like, look, I know this person loves me. They're thinking about you a lot, though. You have to be careful on, you know, something. Gonna have to do some videos on this. Yeah, I do feel they feel that they're running out of time. This is quite an urgent thing. This is quite a left or right kind of circumstance. If people are coming around you and they're noticing you Divine Masculine's going to feel it. So this is coming through in their reading at the moment. And potentially it could be that they're just thinking of it and they're thinking, gosh, you know, the one that got away, better get a move on. I don't have forever in my life. There is this privacy. It's almost like they want to keep you to themselves. They are trying to change circumstances in their life. They feel like they're walking a tightrope, but they do feel ultimately they need to make a decision. If you want to come through and have a look at this extension and see how else it's going to play out and what is hidden, come through. Otherwise, stay tuned for Divine Masculine's update, and we're live on Fridays. If you want your Ascension reports and you want to dig deeper into this astrologically for week by week, the link is directly below. Come through and have a look. See you soon. We do bring weekly content to you that does have extensions. If you need the link, it's directly below. Very separately, on a very exciting level, we have the Star Sign subscription being launched. It will be open before the end of the month and launched for March 2022. We also have the Twin Flame subscription. Now, both of these can be bought in duo, and with the duo packs and the higher levels, we do have the free guided meditation video and audio tracks, which are being added to. 2 extra channels, as I mentioned, lives during the week on Friday. Click the bell for the notification, and I'll see you on the other side for your star signs. For private sessions, my contacts are below.